What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles, and it's Tuesday, and you guys know on Tuesdays I always drop videos for you guys. I have been hanging on to these boxes for the greater part of 2 weeks. I have some massive stuff to show you guys today, and I'm just tired of all this stuff kind of sitting in my comic room and in my office area. So I'm going to go ahead and open this stuff on camera for you guys so you guys can check it out. But before I get started in this video, guys, like I always do, if you are not a current subscriber of the channel and if you have been enjoying my content, I want you to go in and click the subscriber button for me, because not only does it help me out, but I have some massive stuff that I'm giving away right now. If you guys haven't heard, every month I do a Diamond Select Toys review for a 1/10 scale statue that they sent me. The first one is currently going on right now. I'm going to drop a link at the end of this video, guys. Make sure you check it out, because all you have to do is like, comment, and be a subscriber in order to enter into win that statue at the end of the month. And believe me, guys, this thing is awesome. You got to check it out. This thing is going to run for about 4 months, so please make sure you're checking out those videos. Without further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead into these unboxings and show you guys what I've been working on for the past couple of months. Like I said, I've been ordering stuff offline. As you can see, some Target boxes. Of course, I do have a comic for you guys to show you guys as well. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what I was able to pick up over the past couple of weeks. Like I said, I've been hanging on to these things, waiting to jump on and do another video. So let's just jump right into it. So the first one I'm going to start with, guys, is something I got from Target. I have been checking these things out for a while, and I really wasn't sure I was going to start collecting these things. And I'll be honest, I'm still not sure, but I wanted to check these things out in person. You know, my stepson actually has his own YouTube channel. If you guys haven't checked him out, I believe his channel name is now Rye Comics, guys. So go check him out. He does like stop motion comics, stuff like that. But I've been picking these up for him because he actually does a stop motion with them, and I wanted to check them out for myself. So first one, let me see what this is. This one I got straight off of Target. It is, believe it or not, the Spider-Man Marvel Legends, the retro figures. This one, of course, is the Hobgoblin. Now, not the greatest of action figures, guys, but this one has been hard to come by right now. This figure was just released, and I was actually able to hop on the Target app, and they had one in stock. I hurried, rushed, added it to cart, and I got it. So I thought this was cool. I love the retro look of these things. Of course, the old retro 90s card. I used to love this series when I was a kid, the cartoon. Still watch it on Disney Plus because that was one of the best cartoon series, I thought. But either way, pretty cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with these things, if I'm going to continue to hold on to them or possibly sell them, or no idea. But either way, I thought they were cool, so I picked it up. I think it's 21 and change or 23 and change, whatever it is. If you guys like them, you know, I definitely think they're cool. They're actually superposable, really a lot of joints on them. So the second one, sort of along the same lines. I'll leave it at that. Target as well. This is the Shocker figure. Again, same thing with this one, guys. Hopped on the Target app. They had a few left. I ordered one. You guys know I am a super huge Amazing Spider-Man fan. So I thought maybe, you know what, why don't I collect like the original OG villains, right? Because at least some of these things are really expensive, and I'm not spending a lot of money on these things, but I can get them for a regular retail price. I figured they were cool enough for me to pick up at 20-something bucks. And maybe I'd pose them next to like the CGC case, stuff like that for the actual comics. I don't know. I just thought they were cool enough for me to pick up. I know a lot of people out there hunting for these things. So when I saw them, I was like, you know what? I think either way, it's probably wise for me to pick these up while I can. But either way, some really cool figures. All right, the next one of these I actually got off eBay. I got my stepson this figure. He wanted it. No matter how much it cost, it was his birthday, so I bit the bullet because I would never pay high dollar value for this stuff. But I actually found one for half off, and I picked it up because I had to snatch it, because at that price, even if I wasn't going to keep these things and I was going to resell it, I thought it was worth it. So again, eBay, I picked this one up for $46 and change. The card is a little warped, but you know, as long as it's on card, I don't really care. To me, I'm not a loose collector, so I collect everything, you know, mint on card. You can see some of the scratches on the bubble here, which isn't cool, but Regardless, a Green Goblin figure. This one I think runs about $100 online on eBay if you go check it out. So when someone purchases this for $46, buy it now. I jumped on it just to kind of, add it and then just kind of see, should I, keep it? Should I resell it and try to make some money on it? Regardless, I thought it was cool. Possibly put it next to the Amazing Spider-Man number 14, first appearance of the Green Goblin. Either way, a nice looking retro figure. All right, so the last thing I picked up was, again, something from Target, along the same lines. I had ordered this thing from Big Bad Toy Store, and it hadn't shipped, and I knew it was out, but, I thought it was going to be hard to come by, and now I find out that they're everywhere. So shame on Big Bad Toy Store for not having this thing in stock when everyone and their mother, Target, Walmart, everybody has this thing. It's already discounted, but like I said, Big Bad Toy Store didn't have it in time. So I was able to pick up, oh man, a Stridor, Masters of the Universe, Valiant Horse, or whatever you want to call this thing. I had one of these when I was a kid, the original OG ones. So when I saw this was coming out, I had to pick it up as well. You guys know I collect the Masters of the Universe Origins line, and it's one of my favorite to date. It really brings back some awesome memories from me when I was a kid, not only with the comics, but also with the action figures. But right now, this is the only action figures I really collect, is the Motu Origins. I might start getting into the Spider-Man retro figs. I'm not 100% sure yet. As comics are becoming more and more difficult to get, there are other things out there that, recreate the nostalgia that comics do. So it's not all about monetary value, right, guys? It's about going back to our childhood. It's about collecting the things that we remember when we were kids that we enjoyed. That's what this hobby is about to me, regardless. It's great when things go up in price. It's great when we can sell things and buy things that we love. But regardless, these are things that I might collect, and I definitely collect that Motu Origins, so adding that was a cool thing. The last thing I'm going to show you guys, you can see that big box back there is something huge. I'm going to wait for another video to show you guys what that is, because that's going to be its own separate video, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. Probably in the next week or so, but that one's going to be a biggie. But regardless, I was able to pick up a massive comic book key with a live sale from this past week, and it's already in my hands. It's a seller who I've actually bought a bunch of stuff from before. I thought it was a great price, and I was looking to add... I shouldn't say that. I wasn't looking to add another copy of this book to the collection. I already currently have 2, but for the price, and if you guys have been watching some of my videos that I talk about undervalued keys, to me, this is one of the big ones that's still undervalued. It has gone up a lot in price over the past year, but to me, it is nowhere near where it's going to be in the next couple of years. That's my opinion, guys. So when I was able to pick up this book for a solid price, I snagged it. It is a raw book. It is not a graded book. You guys know I've been picking up a lot of raw books right now. I trust this seller to the utmost. His grading is usually pretty spot on. So when I saw it go for sale, I made an offer on it. There were competing offers, and he decided to take my offer, and there we have it. It's in my hands. So again, like I said, book, guys, if you haven't watched that video, Undervalued Comics, that I'd still buy, I will drop a link for that video as well, because there are a lot of great keys that are still available, and I am working on a part 2 as well, because there are a lot of people out there who are asking me about some books that weren't on that list. So I will do a part 2 as well. This is definitely wrapped securely. I'm just trying to cut to the tape. There we go. So this seller said this book was a 2.0. And just looking at it, I'm kind of, just from the outside cover, I'm probably going to agree with that. I mean, obviously, there's always an outside chance of a 1.5, but it's complete. It's not missing anything. There is a little bit of color loss in the bottom left-hand corner. When I get the tape off of this thing, I'm going to show you what it is, of course. But the colors are still bright, and that's the first thing that I noticed about this book. And that's the first thing I noticed about all Silver Age books, and this is a Silver Age key. I always look at color first. If I know everything's complete and everything's attached, I look at the color of the book. Does it present well? Is it a nice looking copy? Does it look better than the grade that it's advertised at? If that's the case and everything is there, I'm usually going to try to pull the trigger on it, because I do think having a nice looking copy of the book is always more rewarding. It's always more valuable. So take that to the bank, guys. All right. So what I was able to pick up is a copy of Daredevil #1, the first appearance, of course, of Matt Murdock as Daredevil. in the banana suit, of course, but like we were talking about right here, you can see some of the color loss on the bottom. Try to zoom in a bit, and on the spine. But other than that, look at that red in the Daredevil. Look at that red on Spider-Man. The yellows are still pop. This is a nice copy. He had it graded at 2.0. So to me, like I said, I trust this seller. I trusted him about his grading, and I apologize because every time I don't play around, this goes into sleep mode. There we go. Okay. So again, a nice copy to have. I've been talking about this book for about a year. Now we know Matt Murdock is in the MCU using Spider-Man No Way Home. Spoiler alert, too bad if you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home at this point, you're shit out of luck. Regardless, this is a book in my high dollar value range that I'd be picking up right now. I picked this one up for $3,000. You can see it's priced at $3,500. I made a $3,000 offer. He accepted. So to me, I think I got this for a steal. If my memory serves me correct, I think a 2.0 copy of this book, I've seen them for sale for about $4,000 right now. I know those are the graded copies. I know people out there always want graded books, but like I said, a lot of times you can get better deals on raw books if you can grade, right? If you are comfortable grading books out there, if you have a good eye for stuff, and if you trust the sellers you're buying from that they have good eyes and they grade stuff appropriately, you can make some nice coin in this book. Now, I will say this is not a book I'm going to be selling right away. I'm going to leave it in the collection for quite some time because I believe that Daredevil in himself, he has a lot of room to grow. Now that he just appeared in the MCU, I think he's going to get his own Disney Plus show. That's my thinking. Regardless, even if he doesn't, when I talk about huge Silver Age keys like Amazing Fantasy 15, Hulk 1, the big ones, right? This one hasn't reached those heights yet. And to me, it is a big key. It's one of the top characters in Marvel. A lot of people love Daredevil. So I don't know if he's ever going to hit those heights because Spider-Man is a really popular character. The Hulk #1 is a really scarce book. But Tales of Suspense 39, that's in low grade 2.0, is probably around a $10,000 book. And we're talking about Daredevil in a 2.0, I just paid $3,000 for it. So if Daredevil becomes as popular as Iron Man, and Iron Man wasn't that popular until we saw Tony Stark in the MCU, that's when that book took off. And it's only taken off really crazily over the past year and a half. So I am banking on the fact that Daredevil will be an incredibly popular character going forward in the MCU. That's just my opinion. It is a big key, a big one of these Silver Age, big grails, if you would say, right? So that's why I picked up another copy. And I also have 2 graded copies as well. When I could find stuff that I think is undervalued and I have the cash to go ahead and buy it and invest in those books, that's what I'm doing. So that's when I put out these videos about undervalued comics, pay attention. Because in my opinion, and I think I'm right on these books, especially when it's a Silver Age book and it's a major character, this is not a minor character. This is not like, Kang. Like, Kang is a big character, but he's not a major character. He's a major character for a storyline, a couple storylines out there. Going to be a character in the MCU for a storyline, but long term, I don't think he's going to hang around. Like, I don't think it's going to be a 10-year thing like Thanos was, right? And even now, you look at Iron Man 55. It's a hot book again, but it's a hot book because it's the first appearance of Eros, which turns into Star Fox, right? Thanos, to me, is the reason to buy that book still, not Eros. So take that for what it's worth. But regardless, this is a main pickup for me. Another book I'm glad I added to the collection while I still could. So that's it for the unboxing, guys. I hope you enjoyed some of the stuff. Like I said, some cool stuff that I don't really go over sometimes, like the toys and stuff like that, but I always do comics. But I'm broadening the channel's horizon with the new statue reviews, with some of the toys that I bought, and of course, I'm always going to do comic-related stuff. So let's see if I could pose these for you before I close out this video. And don't think I can. It's not too, camera's not too low. But regardless, guys, if you have not, like I said, subscribe to the channel, go ahead and be a subscriber because, like I said, not only do I have that end of the month statue giveaway, but I'm also running a 2,000 subscriber contest. Go watch that video as well to learn the details in order to enter. And that's it. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching. Stay mighty, and I'll talk to you guys soon.